You guys again. Here we are. Got it. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Officially kicking off here. Let's go ahead and take a nice big stretch. Arms open wide. Open that chest cavity all the way up. Wake yourselves up. Give that rib cage a nice little twist and crack through the chest. Little rotation as though the ribs are spinning on the spine. I really want you to feel that rotation. Keep the hips. Usually I have us rotate down in the sitting bones. I want you today to twist through the rib cage, feeling the ribs cracking, that heart chakra open at different layers. Just feeling, just keep rotating like that for a few moments, holding the lower body really stationary. Nice deep breaths, nice big exhales until you feel your breath kind of start to interfere with the rotation. Okay, and then as you settle in, start to glide on the energy that you just cracked open. Inhale, exhale, really focusing on filling all of the energy, exhaling out all of that churn that we just generated within the lungs, and really powerfully expelling it from the body. We're waking up through the body today, turning the energy on through the body. And with that, then nice intentional inhale and exhale. Inhale, rolling the shoulders back, letting the shoulder blades slide down the spine, and exhale, doing that again, really crunching forward this time, opening the back of the shoulder blades. Let those shoulder blades pop open, let your wings pop open, feel the wings stretch out as though they're pop, 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 different layers popping as you allow that spine to extend out, curling in on the heart, on the front of your body, and then coming forward, stretching, swimming out of it, rolling the shoulder blades back, allowing the spine to settle in, stacking up one vertebrae on top of the other as the shoulder blades now slide down and in perfectly on the spine. And take a breath there. If you need to do a couple more of those rotations to get those shoulder blades to slide down, it's like lining them up with and letting those vertebrae really find their right rotation, almost like we get to pop the heart, the front of the heart chakra open. Now, in the reverse, imagine if your wings were on the front of your heart chakra. There we go. Now we feel balanced. All right, we can begin. Need a big front opening today. Light link is where we're going to begin, especially for any of you who are new to this space or those of you who are just joining us for the first time, sending your stream of consciousness up to the sky, finding that sunshine. And we just opened the heart and the chest cavity super bright. So just send your heart as you tilt your head, your face, imagining that the sun is just shining down, beaming its ray of golden light right on your face. Let it also hit the front of your heart. Maybe even place a hand right there on that breastbone and just feel it, feel that heat coming through. Notice all sensation. Just take it in, drink it in, and let your light body receive, plug in, and receive this golden beam of light. We just cracked those lungs open, imagining that each breath in is light, Breathing in light, imagining the lungs, not just filling with oxygen, but filling with golden light. Sipping that golden light in, exhaling out. Sipping that golden light in and exhaling out. And then turning to the sun and allowing it to shine on your back. And this time, sipping that golden light in through the back of the lungs. The energetic of the wings is actually just the back of the heart chakra. In fact, most, when we really get into it, we'll say that angels don't actually even have wings. We just see their heart chakras super expanded, and it has the appearance of wings. And then that translates into this beautiful feathery type of imagery. So, really letting your wings and your feathers and everything else, however your mind translates your heart chakra, letting that sunshine really pour in through the back. It's there to capture all of that light. And just take a moment to quickly observe, is there anywhere that, as you imagine two wings coming in and capturing like a funnel into your heart, is there anywhere that appears to be turned off? As though you just can't quite, as you scan the back 180 degrees of your field, anywhere that doesn't feel like it's on? And if so, just go ahead and imagine pulling the curtains open. There's some other more technical, actually, maybe this will be how we go into the field today. We'll see. We'll give it a moment. Just imagine like there's blinds back there, curtains, and just imagine from inside, if you were to be standing at your spine, just taking the curtains and pulling them open, pulling them all the way open. And do that a couple times. We have several layers to your energy body. Go ahead and pull through, kind of like in a hotel with blackout blinds and then sheer blinds and then the pull down blinds. Just keep pulling open the different layers of blinds as you imagine standing from the perspective of your spine, gazing out at the sun and opening the different layers within your energy field. Doing great. And if you need to, you can flip around to the front and double check the front. Everybody's field to the front looks pretty good. If you're here in this space, it's not your first rodeo with energy work, and front chakra work is much probably well within your scope. You've probably examined or at least subconsciously examined them much more. All right, another nice deep breath in, tuning into the earth. Let yourself, we are not doing a light link if we have not found the earth. I promise you, we are all going somewhere today. We are going somewhere today as we find the earth. A few more trickling in on our Zoom feed. As we feel this beautiful light link coming online. And we are plugging in this light link. We are always here plugging into our metas, finding, awakening our Metatronic mind as we have the beautiful, brightly illumined today crystal skull Metatron with us. The sun would and is shining in for this element of the light link just exquisitely. Perfect reflections in our mind, in our hearts, and through the crystal skull. Nice illumination. And so as you feel the earth, as you imagine feeling the earth, letting your mind, as though, as you feel, how do I want to have you draw this earth part of the light link? So imagine feeling the grass beneath your feet And like you're standing on a pillar of light, um, coming up from the earth at night, but it's not at night. So imagining that pillar of light coming up and all the way through your body and illuminating the interior of your mind. And so, much like if you look over my right shoulder, the crystal skull is in this moment just illumined from within, just allowing your mind to take on that crystalline sensation and feel of illumination, but not from golden light like we just did. Oftentimes we'll have golden light seeping down and in. This one, I want you to feel that light as though you are, again, standing on a pillar of light, and this energy is just pouring up and through you, pouring all the way up and through your tailbone, your tail, your tailbone, your left foot. These are your two big intakes, but also the right foot. And if you need to do some flushing out, let that right foot really handle the flush. Nice, big, deep breaths in here, exhaling out. And then go ahead and synchronize now those wings. If you feel that golden light coming in and pouring in from the sun, we brought it in this today through the back of the heart chakra. So feel the light pouring in as though we have a funnel coming through the back of the heart, pouring in through the wings. And it's as though the sun is pouring in and landing in the heart chakra. We're also standing. As we do that, you could also imagine the wings of the earth. The earth, we're simply a mirror of the earth. And so the earth, it's crystal quartz, illumined. And as we synchronize with the earth's sun, it's crystal quartz at the core, as though the earth has wings. You can see it being poured into. Point one, then coming up into our heart, feeling our wings being poured into by the sun. And now coming up into your mind and this big channel of light radiating all the way up until you just feel your mind observing, reflecting, holding, and coding all of this light. Breathing in here, breathing in. Exhaling out now, whatever is no longer serving. We've activated you through your memory fields of your Metatronic. You hold these memories deep within your DNA, both physical and spiritual DNA. It's all right here. And so now we're going to work the integration piece of this. And I want you to move back along a timeline to find your root source, seed, your moment, your memory of when this version of you, so we're in the physical memory of this. And I want you to imagine yourself in this full potency of this angelic form. Because that's what we're holding right now is ourselves in our angelic form, in our warrior form, in our goddess form. We're truly holding masculine, feminine, an embodied angelic form, which is all full unification. And to help us with this, I want you to envision yourself now as though there's a mirror in front of you. Envisioning a mirror in front of you, reflecting back to you your potency and your power. So again, just feeling the golden light pouring in through the top of the mind and your wings. And as you gaze in the mirror, or as you see this beautiful being before you, you see, maybe you see a goddess, maybe you see an angel, maybe you see wings, maybe all you simply perceive is a hand reaching through a veil. And much like we did at the beginning, now I invite you to reach out again through your energy fields and open these curtains. Open the curtains again. There's another layer here, right? As I've mentioned, we have several layers like Russian nesting dolls. So reach through again and pull another layer of the curtains open and see who's standing there, mirroring back to you, you in your full form, your full Metatronic capacity and power, embodied, embodiment. Maybe your hands, maybe your appearance is not fully human. Invite this version of yourself to step from that dimension through the veil. Invite them to come closer. Invite them in and through. Personally, I always find imagining hands to be a great form of connection. You may envision eyes. You may envision clothing or feet first. Find what makes that personal connection. And I always work with a mantra if I'm having trouble capturing it in my imagination of I can see you, I can hear you, I can feel you, I know you. And so just breathing here, I'm giving you suggestions, but in no way is it you follow what comes through for you. And as this being steps through the veil, notice I'm going to go with hand, the hand that comes through. Maybe you reach your hand out to help them step through. And as they come through, placing now a hand, that hand that you grabbed to help them step through now rests on your heart. And in turn, you place your hand on their heart. And you feel a glow, like an ember, like a sun, radiating beneath their skin. And this is where we get to activate our eights. I want you to begin to imagine from inside of your heart a matching glow, your heart, and we're going to trace an eight starting inside your heart and we're going to go out to the right. So leaving the right side of your heart, that's our action side. And we're going to come in, crossing over. We're going to enter as we face them, facing what, as we look at them, when we look at them, they're left. So we're going to go our right and cross over to the left. What, as we look at them, appears to be the left side, come around the back side of their heart, and then loop around and make an eight. And we're just going to keep running this figure eighting loop, figure eighting, so that on one loop, our heart is encircled, and on the other loop, their heart is encircled, crossing over back and forth. And I want you to envision a flame running from your heart around this loop, crossing over with their heart or around their heart. And maybe it's one consistent color, or maybe if your hearts are two different colors, this orb that I'm seeing are two different colors. They merge. Maybe it's all one. Maybe it's all golden flame. Maybe it's pure blue flame. If you aren't seeing colors, but just sensing or feeling a color, that's okay too. Maybe it's violet or amethyst. Maybe it's a deep midnight blue. But the key is here, much like an LED light or a little light running on a racetrack. I want you to keep doing that until you feel like that figure eight on that racetrack is fully illuminated. One consistent, like a glow stick, completely locked in, 100% illuminated. And you may feel compelled, like you've dropped your hands now and you're both just holding hands as you feel your hearts synchronize. You and your Metatronic self, breathing in and out. And now coming together, allowing for this figure eight to come in on itself. And the way we're going to do it, we're going to play with it a little bit. I don't want you just to envision. We can imagine the your mirror self collapsing in on yourself, but we're going to have fun with this for a moment. If you were to imagine you were like a little go-kart or a little Mario Kart, right? And this were an actual track, but the track were to stay surface up, meaning we were to ride it, but never change orientation point and flip around with it. We would actually not stay upright for a portion of the ride. And I know that's kind of a hard thing for the mind to understand. So, what I want you to do is follow the energy, actually drop into the track. Allow yourself to be in the light. So, starting at your heart, and don't project. I gave you the imagery initially, and we wrote it on the surface. But now I invite you to really ride this light in its truest meta nature. Taking a nice deep breath in and out here. And we're going to start and go really slow so that your conscious mind can see and feel this. And we're going to start in some form of light, probably moving along pretty quickly. Nice deep breath in and out. And it's probably going to feel illumined in whatever color you were in. And if you're deep in, you may see some bright pulsing light. For me, it's always a violet flame that comes through. For you, it may be different. You may be seeing nothing and just clocked out. But as we really start to enter the fields of this being, let yourself feel your human energy release and let yourself immerse into this part of the heart fields of this part of yourself. Let yourself go there dimensionally, trusting that you're going to follow this trajectory of this figure eight that you've set. And you're going to notice that it may go dark as we start to loop into around maybe about a quarter of the way in around the loop on the figure eight. And especially as we come around the back of the heart, and it goes, for me, it goes fully dark. It's like we've flipped upside down or inside out as we come all the way around the heart. And just feel yourself being pulled inside out for a moment as we come across. This is the inversion point where we're crossing over your light line, and you could actually look up and see the cross of where your light crossed over just a moment ago above. And then as we start to come back online into your heart on the left side, on the other side, the light starts to pick up again. And let's repeat that one more time. We come back into the light, circling around the back side of your heart, riding that light out, feeling the bright momentum, shooting us forward, propelling us forward, and then feeling the inversion, the pull, like a black hole sucking us through as these two fields, yin and yang each other, coming down around the backside, getting sucked through, almost like we go backwards, inside out, taking a moment to gaze up and observe. Oh, there we were when we just went over, crossing that inversion point above, as we start to come back into our own body now. And as you're ready, it's through this, we're going to pull these two fields together, allowing the infinity symbol to become a whole, to become a perfect circle. And I don't want you to mechanic it. I don't want you to let your mind try to derive it. You simply set the intention and invite this highest consciousness of yourself into your field, letting your DNA, your spiritual consciousness, your superconscious, I should say, take over, and feeling this inversion field activate, coming online. And as it does, feeling the power within your wings take hold, feeling the power within the heart chakra. This is the engine. This is what we call the sacred arc of the heart, booting. It's like the generator that powers the wings up. Breathing in and out here. And I'm just going to let you follow the field. Whatever happens, happens in this moment. Trusting the process and the flow. And start to physically move your body, rolling the shoulders as we did before at the beginning, twisting through the spine, working that full consciousness into your system, breathing in and out. In and out. And now allowing, as we started with that illumination of that pillar of light, shine up and through, and then allowing the illumination of that pillar of the void to shine up and through. And then toggling to the pillar of light. And then back to the creation. And back again to the light. And back and forth we go. As you breathe in and out, in and out, slowly making your way back into the room, into the moment. So many angels, guides, beings with you. So, and keeping us tight on our timing. But the invitation is in this moment, as you slowly come back, is to, for the sake of the recording and for those that need to complete, I'm going to work us back in. But the invitation is to stay here in this field, to play with it, because your field is fully juiced and loaded right now with high Metatronic angelic and deep, deep, deep creation, Gaia, Earth, Divine Mother creation energy, right? We're holding the full spectrum of the field, the Metatron and the Metaraya, and your spiritual DNA all loaded within the heart, within that spectrum. So tuning into your spine and feeling both that inner and outer light, feeling that power of that eight, and also feeling your ability to toggle between, if the eight had been, that eight we had been running had been horizontal, now feeling where it is living vertically inside of you. It's running up and down your spine. And it's also, as I'm speaking, activating within your DNA. And so just observing all of these different points, and then observing each of the layers, if you feel into the subtle energies of the curtains, right? Those are all energy bodies, as we imagine, pulling open like 4, 5, 6 different layers of curtains in the veil. See how many you can get through and open. It's kind of fun to play with. With that, we are complete. But again, the invitation is to sit here, to play, to toggle, to talk to your angels, to see what feels alive in your energy fields. May it be a day full of so much light and love. I didn't mention it, we are heading into Lionsgate. Super exciting. So this is all what we're actually pulling and drawing this from. I should have started with this. Are some big Syrian energy, this field is open right now. We can access this because of this Syrian library, if you will. Like, we can get into our deep fields because there's just this beautiful alignment that's allowing for these gates. It allows us to, like, we can see through our field much more clearly because our fields are all stacked up and lined up much more clearly in this moment, or the bigger planetary energies are, which makes it easier for us internally to do it as well. So, all part of the huge Lionsgate activation that we're coming up on in a couple of days, Tuesday, in 3 days. So, we're here, we're in it, part of the fun we get to have with it. And with that, namaste, so much love. I will see you all next week. If not, I may be putting something special up for Lionsgate